Bada booey. Ready? Oh no.
It's broken.
Did I just break it then, or was it broken before? Who knows? There's a sad face in it, folks, because
Very, very sad.
I came into the studio today to the sad news of the OG Clapper, which has been with us a long time.
Yeah, it is very sad.
Ever since the reboot. So ever since episode 1 of this reboot.
Excuse me, I haven't even been talking to my mic.
Rule 1 of podcasting.
Remember to talking to the mic.
So we're going to try and maybe fix it. I don't know how. Dan's got a hot glue gun, so maybe that'll help, but it'll still be pretty flimsy. Maybe that can keep us going to episode 100 and then we'll replace it. But don't worry, we won't get rid of it. We'll probably put it near like the safe water, drink beer sign.
Yeah, we'll make it like a prop or something.
It's like it's like one of those it should be in a museum, you know?
So
Deserves to be.
before we get to the top of the week, the news, well, let's make sure the lights are on. I have 2 things of good news. Not necessarily good news, but 2 things to tell you. I'm drinking Pure Blonde tonight. Pure Blonde.
So I need to ask about this. I didn't
ultra
know
low
that.
carb
When did you start drinking Pure Blonde, sir?
So I have not started drinking Pure Blonde. This drink is basically
That's what my dad drinks.
yeah. So it's not your dad's, but it's I don't want to get the name wrong. I believe it was Gav.
Oh, Gav gave you his.
Yeah. So Gav was leaving. So we had Connor's dad's 60th on Saturday.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to later in the show.
Yeah.
But basically, there are a bunch of his dad's mates there. Gav being
Okay,
one
he
of
gave
them.
you some beer.
And he was leaving the party, and he was like, "Look, boys, I've got some beers left."
Why didn't you ask me?
You were DJing, so you were busy.
He
And
still
was like,
came up to me.
He was like, "Look, boys, I got some beers left. I just hope they get drunk." And I was like, "Don't worry."
How
mate.
many did he leave?
They will get drunk. No, only 3. I've only got 3.
That's better than I think.
Yeah, so 3 pure blonde lagers, courtesy of Gav. So cheers to you, Gav.
I'm sure he doesn't mind if I have one. Do you, Gavin?
Of course, that's what I was going to say as well. You can have one as well.
I'm only joking.
He left
I
it
will if you want me
as a
to.
courtesy for the party. And then my second little bit of news that I just wanted to briefly bring up. I told you this, but I actually... That's hilarious. That's so funny. I've been weighing myself every week or so, trying to do a little bit of weight loss progress. Yeah. And yesterday morning, every Tuesday I weigh myself. I think because when I started, I forgot to do it on the Monday. So that's why every Tuesday I do it.
I feel that.
But basically, I weighed myself yesterday and I actually came in at where I was in March. So I was like just under. Thank you very much. Nice.
I nearly hit like the dun-dun. So I was very
Very
man.
cautious.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We can do that in Perth because it's
So
like coronavirus.
I
around.
know, luckily. So obviously,
man.
yeah, so I've just got down to my pre-corona level, which is good and bad because it means
It's hard to weigh yourself.
No, it is actually. It is
It's
a
a
bit
double-edged
intimidating.
sword some weeks because some weeks you do really good and other weeks you're like, well, I don't get it. I've been doing this,
Didn't
this
make
and
much
that,
progress
and it's good
this
that you're
time,
doing
yeah.
it in the same time on the same day.
Yeah, so what I
You
do
should
is
do that. That's what people say to
when
do.
I do weigh myself, it would be in the morning of Tuesday after I've gotten back from my run.
So you've ran. Have you already? Do you take a shit in the morning, Dan?
I normally do, yeah.
Okay,
before my run, yeah.
Okay, so you've already shat. You don't eat where you shat. You've already shat when you weigh yourself. Okay, good. And you don't have breakfast before you weigh yourself.
No,
Alright, good.
So I basically
Best
wake
time to do
up.
it.
I wake up. I either shit before I go to bed or just as I wake up, and then I go for my run pretty much straight away, and then I get back. I have a shower, but before I shower, if I'm weighing myself on that day, I'll weigh myself.
That's bizarre. I always shit when I go home from work. I don't think I ever shit at night or in the morning. I don't think I ever shit.
I just do it before bed. Like
I don't think I can do that.
it means I can float off into my dreams.
I think it's good. I always weigh myself back when I did like a few weeks ago. I stopped for a bit, but I used to weigh myself after a shower.
Yeah.
I think that helps as well. Do you know how sometimes like they always say you give yourself a prostate check after the shower?
Yeah.
Because your sack's like hell.
Right.
It's hanging.
Right.
I think your weight, your stomach must hang a bit as well. There must be
I'm sure.
scientific fact for that.
Ah.
But it goes up and down like a yo-yo. It can be great one week, and I had it. I was losing like 1 kilo a week, and then I'd put it back on, and then I'd lose it again. And it's like,
Well, that's the thing.
what?
Look, it's a hard thing because I just upped my runs from 5.5 kilometers to 7 kilometers. So now I'm doing 7 kilometers every morning. So I am running more, which is great. It's all good. And the eating has been pretty good. But so I know that, maybe next week I'll be up again. Like it's not a guaranteed thing. It's just a little milestone. It made me feel good. And I think,
I'm glad you're doing it because I know you're a bit worried about weighing yourself.
Oh, it's always so worrying because, like, on one hand, if I weigh above where I want to be, or like if I weigh above the previous week, in my head, I want to say, oh, that's all right. I'll just get back to it and I'll get better next time.
Yeah.
But realistically, you weigh above and you go, oh, well, I've done all this work and it meant nothing. But then on the flip side of that, yesterday when I weighed myself and I came in under what I was the week before, I was like, fucking oath, it's finally working. Like, so
I don't get why. And here's the thing, I was saying this the other day. I don't get why people act like when you first start dieting and running and changing your life for the better, they instantly just think, oh, I'm going to feel good. Like people always like, oh, I started running and I felt great. No, you don't. You feel like shit for 3 months. Your whole body is relapsing all of your coping mechanisms, whether it be food or like other terrible things that you've been doing that you're trying to cut out your life. Your body is going, what the fuck? I mean, I remember I cut down on like energy drinks. And my body, you'd think, oh, I feel as light as a daisy. I feel so good. No, my body was waking up every morning going, where the hell is all this sugar and caffeine? And I just dropped and I just felt awful. I was agitated and felt shitty and I could just only stick to water and stuff. People act like you get healthy and like, you're going to be like so good. It's like, nah, you got to, it takes a few, it's like when you get sober.
It's
like,
such a long process.
When you get sober, it takes like a good 3 months for you to actually feel the benefits, which is why people always relapse. They're like, I'm doing all this work. I feel like shit.
Yeah.
I've got no coping mechanism. I might as well just go back.
It's the same with smoking. It's the same with all sorts of addictions, and I do think that unhealthy lifestyle, but also unhealthy eating specifically for me, it becomes an addiction and you get so used to it.
It does. It's a coping memechanism.
Oh, very much.
It became a coping. It never used to be. But when I started working a lot more, mine became a coping mechanism. It's always like bad eating was like my smoke break almost. I would work towards it. I would work my time around it. I'd be like,
okay, a bit more, and then you can go have that little snack.
Literally, it's like it's like my smoker's break, And I heard Pete Davidson talking about, which is crazy. He became sober.
No way. When?
Yeah, completely stopped doing weed, alcohol, everything.
Wow.
I know, only recently. And he was saying that his doctor said for the next month, I think he's been sober for like a month. And then he said, for like the next month, you're going to be feeling like shit. Again, because your body gets so dependent on.
Jesus.
Your body just gets so dependent on it. Like, again, if you think you're just going to stop doing what you're doing and start dieting and running and you're going to feel great, you're not. I think you need to mentally prepare yourself for those next at least 3 months to be like hell. You start to notice a good difference in yourself. Which again is just why so many people, including myself and you, relapse. I'm not saying it's going to happen this time. God forbid. But I'm saying it's why the one we've done it a million times, just gone back to bad habits.
I was talking to my therapist on Tuesday.
So you had therapy yesterday?
Yeah, actually the day that I had that good news.
Friday, very excited. But yeah, how'd it go?
No, so I talked to her and I basically talked about I've worked so hard not to make the change, but
you've been doing really good this time.
But here's what I was telling her. And I was telling her it's very important to me that I've worked really hard to make sure that the change this time is, and I've talked about this on the show before, but it's sustainable change. It's change that it's not like, oh, I can do 7 kilometers of running for 4 weeks and then I feel overwhelmed and I give up. Yeah. It's like I've really worked myself slowly up to this point so that hopefully it sticks.
Otherwise you just relapse.
Yeah, if you don't do it in a way that it, oftentimes means you have to do it slowly and steadily, but that is usually the best way to make sure it actually sticks and it's permanent.
It's the worst thing I've ever done. I used to start dieting and being like, okay, 50 sit-ups, 50 push-ups, run, and I'm like 2 weeks in and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And then I got to start slower and maybe only if it is just a run.
Well, the thing is, I will say this, like I've worked up almost most of the year to get to where I am now in terms of the exercise I do. When I started doing it earlier this year, I was doing like 4 kilometers, maybe even 3 kilometers when I started. 3 kilometers, 3.5 kilometers.
Do you enjoy it?
I do with the running for a few reasons that are, I guess, specific to me. I do it in the morning, which means it kind of wakes me up, like it makes me fresh, if that makes sense.
Like Casey these days.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me fresh. It makes me feel like my brain gets turned on. It also is a bit of time that I have to myself, almost like meditative in a way.
You always have your AirPods in, yeah.
And I have my AirPods in, so I usually listen to either like a news thing or like politics or even a podcast. So I feel like I'm getting information and I'm just having a little bit of a pocket of the day that's like for me, you know?
Yeah.
And then plus there's the exercise part. So those are the reasons I like it. But again, I like it as much as anyone likes running. Do you know what I mean? And running like sucks, obviously, but I like that I do it. I'm glad that I do it. And I will say that when I started, I was doing about 3.5 kilometers and I would get back and I would do like 10 push-ups, you know, and then I would do a bit of stretching and then I get in the shower. Now, but again, I would slowly work this up. So every month and a half, I would add an extra kilometer or an extra 500 meters. And I've been doing this since like, I don't know, April, May is when I was like, I'll recommit to the running. Cause I was doing it last year and everything, but you know, it got all wonky. But anyway, basically I now do 7-kilometer runs. And then when I get back, I do 35 push-ups. I do a plank as well. I've only just started the plank. So that's I only do 30 seconds for the plank. But again, I'm starting that into my exercise. So I don't want to start with doing like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm going to slowly work up. And then maybe in a few weeks' time or in a month's time, I'll try and do 45 seconds or I'll do a minute of planking on top of everything. So it's all about slowly working things in, at least for me, you know, because otherwise I do the same as you. I try too much and then I just give up because fuck, that's too hard.
To be fair, I was thinking of getting my birthday's a month tomorrow. And I'm thinking of asking for my present because I keep getting asked what I want. I'm like, when you're at this age, you can just get stuff. But like, I was thinking I want to get a no-geared bike. I believe the term is.
Oh, yeah.
Callum, when I went to the Gold Coast with Mitchell moons ago, like 2 years ago, he had one. He would like ride to work and it was great. It was like no gears in it. You would just.
You mean like almost like how a BMX is like, it's
maybe
just
a push bike.
Okay.
If you look up,
I'll look
like
it up,
a no-geared bike, it's like you know what Will Arnett's bike in Flaked is the best way to put it.
No, I think I know what you mean. No, the only reason I say BMX is because I think BMX are the same. Yeah. Cool. So basically, it doesn't have gears. It just.
If you chart for the audience, just so they don't.
Oh yeah. Here's the.
Like the blue one looks really nice.
Here's what we're looking at.
Like the white one or the blue one over there.
Yeah, cool.
I was thinking, what can I get that's something healthy for me and will be good for me mentally? And I'm like, why can't I go on like bike rides by myself and even in the morning or afternoon or like
absolutely
after work and just have my headphones in? I mean, you know I've been working on Mitch's mum's house and it's right next to where you used to live.
Oh yeah,
It's a bit back, very close to where Cass sisters used to live. You know, where like it's like really close to the beach.
Yeah.
Man, that is beautiful. Like that coast was beautiful. And the Scarborough coast was beautiful as well.
Do a little bike ride down there.
Oh,
amazing.
I mean, I can ride my bike up to that coastal easily. If I want to go to Scarborough, I could just chuck my bike in my car. Park somewhere and just go for a ride up that coastal, stop at like a local coffee shop.
Oh, that's great, man. That's great.
Trying to get myself back onto like a healthy place. So I thought, I don't know how much they are, to be honest. If I have to chuck in a bit of coin, I will. But I thought that would be a healthy alternative for me. Something that'd be good for me mentally. Because I don't love running. I wish I did. But I feel like I have to work my way up to running. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is with running. I think I just have been doing it long enough that I got used to it. Because I've been running.
I reckon you would if you do it.
Yeah, like I've been running on and off since like I left year 12 pretty much.
Yeah. You've always been doing that.
Yeah. And I
that's true actually. Shit.
No, it's true. And
an OG photo of you on here running with the drone.
Yeah, somewhere. It's it's a green photo.
Yeah.
I want to say it's over there. Aha, we found it.
Yeah, that's OG shit.
But no, so that's the thing. Like it's something I've been doing for a long time. Like I said, it's definitely been on and off. And I think my current, like the amount of weeks currently that I've been doing it in a row every week without fail is probably the longest.
That's great.
That I've ever done like straight. I've always like done it for a while and then maybe I take a week or two off, I take a month off or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that I've stuck to it for so long.
Yeah, I've been eating badly lately, Eating badly.
You haven't?
I have been, yeah. I mean, I've not only some this week, but like I got a burger the other day from McDonald's. They're doing the Monopoly, and I won so much shit.
Yeah.
It's for free.
No, that's the worst, isn't it?
It's for free though. I mean, how can I not? I won like a whole.
No, that's the worst.
I won like a whole breakfast thing.
Oh fuck!
And I'm like, damn, man. If you buy something from there, I'm not into that whole thing. Like, I'm only doing it because it's nearby, and I'm hungry.
Yeah, fuck it, yeah. Yeah, I've
Hopefully
been
I can work on that a bit better than I have.
I've been fairly good with the eating. What we've been good at is cooking. So we've actually been cooking stuff, which just means that we have an option for lunch during the day. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, yeah.
Whereas if you don't cook, you don't have leftovers or anything. You're kind of forced to get takeout
It's
or
so
eat
funny
out.
with leftovers. Like, it's not like I don't want them. It's just I get hell like I'm such a germaphobe. I'm like, oh, it's been sitting there for hours.
Yeah, I
like,
get that.
I don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, I
but,
don't
like,
personally get it, but I understand.
yeah,
where you're
I don't know what
coming
it is.
from.
I can't eat food at parties and stuff. My hands up been sitting there, and it's like that's what it's like for me. And it's like, I don't know. People think it's an excuse, but it's not. It's like I don't want to go out and buy food. Like,
Nah, you got the
costs money,
Trump
but-
germophobia. You're the same as him.
Oh yeah, because he loves his Burger King and shit.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why, because he's the same as you. He doesn't like finger food and stuff.
Look how fucking fat Trump is. I want to be like him.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like him.
I swear on my life, there isn't a healthy alternative. Like, not around my area at least. If there was like a
Yeah.
place I could go get something healthy, I'd
Well, the
go
thing,
there every
well,
day. I don't
what
wanna
I
get
was
this
gonna say
shit.
is I've been eating fairly well, except for, and I mean, I'm not gonna claim this is healthy at all, but like I've been eating pub food fairly regularly. Like I had it on Sunday. I think I
Sunday?
also had it. Yeah, last
Where
Sunday.
were you Sunday?
I was at the. Ooh.
Are you back at swinging?
No, it was. Well, I've already said where my theater is, but I'll keep things
Okay.
vague and I'll say
is
it's
there a
the
pub near
it's
there?
the pub right next to my theater, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, the community theater.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say if you were down the moats, I was there for a bit.
No, I was there on Sunday, but I don't-
Self-destructive. Let's just say that.
look, what's good is that normally when I have like a pub meal, I either don't have that much food like during the day, or I like because I know that I'm gonna have it or whatever. So basically, I've I could probably cut down on that, but I'm pretty okay with how I've been doing there as well. So it's all a work in progress, though, man. Like it's all like I
Yeah.
said, it's holistic. It's the exercise, but it's also that diet. It's also your mindset. It's how you look at everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've gone down a pit of self-destruction at the moment. I go in these weird mood drops, and then it's like everything's self-destructive and coping mechanisms that aren't healthy. I just get into like a huge thing.
It's
with that,
so
you know?
funny. Like I went to therapy yesterday, and it was a good. It was actually like it was a good session, but I don't know if you've ever had this. It was a weird session because almost everything I brought up was positive. Like I'm actually in a very good place at the moment. I've got this new musical that I'm doing ensemble for. My exercise, like I said, has been going very well. I had the weight loss thing, which was good. The podcast has been going, like everything has been actually going really well. And it was kind of funny talking to her about, and like I've started, one thing I've started doing is picking my sister up from school after school in the afternoon, because on Mondays and Tuesdays I finish early, which means that I can actually engage with my sister, but it means I get to go back to my home because mum and dad are working at home at the moment. So I get to see them briefly. So I'm seeing my family a lot more. Like literally everything is a lot better. But my therapist, when we went to finish, she was like, so we've got a booking in 2 weeks. Like, do you still want to keep that, or do you want to push that back? And I think she was implying because she thought, because things are so good. And in my head, I was like, no, I mean, I know me, and I know I do the same shit. I have fucking ups and then I have downs. So
yeah,
just because things are good now, it does not guarantee that in 2 weeks I won't be feeling bad. I mean, things might be just as good, which is great. But
I've had sessions like that where it's like, it's just been, there's nothing really negative to talk about. Very rarely have I had those. I don't know how.
I know. That was my first one. It was on Tuesday.
I don't know when it was recently, but my last one was like depressing.
I think it's one of those,
Very
and I
depressing.
think we're similar in this, is that my brain will almost find a way to be unhappy with what I have.
Yeah.
Like I'll find the one thing that's not ideal or not where I want to be in that regard, and my brain will say, why the fuck are you not like it'll be like, why are you not doing stand up and why are you not making videos, and it'll be like, that's all I'll think about, when in reality it's like, I've got the show,
You got a little
my
bit of
exercise,
the
like all this
ADHD about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's annoying, but I'm working on reducing that. So that's
Yeah, I'll get more into the reply to that. I'll get more into that when we talk about Saturday night. But before that, we got to talk about.
Yeah, we got some. We went on a.
Oh my god, there he is. We got
nice
to try this
conversation.
Man.
So we.
This man right here. The cap. Chris Evans.
Yeah,
Chris the cap.
Chris Cap.
Yeah. Kevin's.
Kevin's
Leaked his
Feige.
schlong,
Yeah, so Chris Evans basically.
quite frankly, and I think a lot of women are happy. And
Well, so there's a bit of a story here. So Chris Evans
oh God.
leaked his own dick pic on Twitter, on social media, and I don't know how he did it. He
I think it. Yeah, no, I think. It was
actually no,
Instagram
sorry, I don't
Live
think it
or
was.
something. I
Yeah,
think
sorry, it
share
wasn't
screening,
Twitter.
Like,
it was Instagram Live. He was like posting a screen recording
yeah,
of some game. It was like
and he forgot to edit it or something, and it was in his photo library first. Or something.
yeah, so like it was basically he had the app open
Man, these boomers.
on the screen record, and then he closed the app, and then in his photo gallery
There's a picture of his schlong.
was a picture of his schlong. But weird.
Yeah, but how do you know it's his schlong?
No, so allegedly his schlong. We don't know. We don't. It could be anyone.
Maybe he likes men.
It could very much be anyone's. But the weirder one to me was that there was another photo
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
in his photo gallery that was just a photo of him.
Yeah, but if you're a famous actor, you would just randomly.
So
Screenshot
let's
post.
make sure that there's
That's
no.
blocked.
Oh no, there's one there. So let's. There we go. Is that's not in the frame?
It's
Is
right
it?
there if you want to pick it.
Huh?
That's what I think you're looking
Oh yeah. This is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But then there's the schlong.
To be
there,
fair,
so
you would if you were an actor.
I'm trying to avoid fucking putting the schlong in the video.
Don't tell me you would.
So this
you
photo
would-
here,
You found a photo of yourself like that.
he had was called "Guard That Pussy." So he had it randomly in his own camera roll, which is so bizarre that you would have a screenshot of yourself.
on Twitter, you wouldn't find it funny.
Oh yeah, I mean, if someone sent him the tweet,
yeah.
that I would be like, haha, that's funny. I'd save it. So I get it in that sense. But I think a lot of people, because there were other photos of himself in his camera roll. So maybe some people were like,
Oh, he says you take heaps of selfies.
no, but those weren't selfies. They're like,
Yeah, but if you
Clearly
were famous,
taken by-
you,
You know,
you would do it. I
I'm
would
not-
do it. I think that's funny.
what I'm saying is I am an
ego.
egotistical guy. So I'll admit that I am.
Yeah, you would do that.
egotistical.
I would
So-
do that. I'm
I'm
just
just saying
saying.
maybe he's a bit egotistical as well. Maybe he is as well, you know? And
That's,
there's nothing wrong with that. I'm egotistical.
I got
just-
so scared on Sunday. It was Sunday morning. I think it must have been like 4 a.m. Everyone had left, and I went on Twitter. And the first tweet I saw about it was from Grace Randolph, and she put, "Here's the lesson, kids. Don't take nude pictures of yourself." But I was so zoinked that I read it as, "Don't take nude pictures of kids." So for a solid 15 minutes, I thought he'd leaked photos of his own camera roll with child pornography.
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
I was so scared because
Jesus.
I was like, oh my God, I love this guy.
Because
I
then
can't
he would
believe
get
did that.
cancelled.
And I was going through Twitter, and it just when it just leaked, and I was like trying to figure out what was going on, and because I was so zonked, I reread what she tweeted, and it said, "Here's a lesson, kids. Don't take nude pictures of yourself." So I completely just misread it. So
No, so but first
Conor
of
had
all,
a few beers.
First
on
of all,
Saturday, kids.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that either. I don't know. I mean,
What? Don't take nude pictures.
well, what I'm saying is, if you want to, then go ahead. Like, it's
Who
not,
knows? We're in quarantine, look, folks. He might want to send his schlong to a lovely girl.
Yeah, exactly,
In Croatia.
I think the lesson, if anything, the lesson I would say is just don't screen record. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Don't post that to
Yeah, but
Instagram. I mean, if he
I
wants to
think
take,
it's sure it's in your
if he wants to
cloud.
take photos of his schlong, you know, who am I to stop him? I can't. There are photos of my schlong somewhere, you know. But if they leaked out because someone posted them, that would be an invasion of my privacy, and I wouldn't appreciate that. You know, I'm not saying photos that I've taken necessarily. Well, some of them I've taken,
Yeah,
but not as like a nude.
yeah, I think
I would like take a photo as a joke that would have my balls in it, for example,
yeah,
and then I would send it to you.
Someone
So
on your birthday put up a video of you like pissing, like your full schlong.
that was Ryan, yeah, and that annoyed me.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say his name. I'm sure he'll be okay. Just saying. Yeah, someone literally.
No, that did annoy me actually quite a lot.
Did it pass through Facebook? Because normally
I saw it.
Facebook
I saw
picks
it
up on the
posted.
schlong.
I saw it posted. I don't know. I don't even know. It might still be up. I don't know if it ever got taken down.
I know
but-
when someone tried to post a photo of Mitchell in his underwear, Facebook sent him a notification before they posted on his wall saying we've detected nudity.
But yeah, video is harder though.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Anyway, my
is
point
true.
being, I wouldn't necessarily use this as an opportunity to shame anyone for taking any nudes. But it is kind of funny because it's not like he got hacked or anything. He just leaked it himself by mistake.
Such a boomer move.
It is very boomer. Hey,
the classic doesn't know how to edit videos, and oh god,
it's like the I know usually they're a joke, but it's like when you see like an ad on Craigslist or
on the
Gumtree.
tits,
yeah, and it's like a photo of a TV, and in the reflection you can see their dick.
I look at those and I'm like, they can't be real, surely. Like,
I think some of them are real and some of them are done as a joke, but they're fucking hilarious.
Do you see what I sent you? It was like the old woman.
Yeah, and her tits are just straight up out.
Yeah, I can't.
I disagree.
It's a very boomer move. Very boomer move.
It's like, bro, like, it's the Black Mirror. Like, it literally reflects.
Oh, it really is. But
these boomers, man.
so if there was any, I think he probably had the best response he could have.
It was a great response.
Basically, he took it. Well, actually, sorry, just before we get to his response, I'm not sure if you saw, but I searched it up on Twitter to try and find the photo, just out of curiosity. Oh, and by the way, the actual photo, it's not bad. I mean, it's a pretty nice schlong. If he is, if he is one of the,
I saw a bunch of like Chris Evans stan accounts going, I knew it. I knew he had a good schlong.
What's the what do you call it when you? Is it a turtle,
like a horse?
Turtleneck? No, he's got a turtleneck like us.
Oh, he's circumcised.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. News you didn't know. We asked Dave.
It's a 3-man club. Yeah,
he didn't want to. He said, "Ask my parents and the girl I've been with," and he's like, "Actually, cut that out." And I noticed he didn't cut it out.
Oh yeah, I didn't cut that out. Yeah.
Maybe he.
I remember he said to cut it out.
Maybe
and
that was
then
a
I was
joke.
like, "That's dumb. Why would I cut it
I'm
out?"
not even Jewish, folks. Is Chris Evans Jewish? Because I know being circumcised is a very Jewish thing.
Chris Evans is not a very Jewish name, though. No, but circumcision also used to be a bit of a cleaning thing. You know?
Mine was just like a health thing.
They were like, if you circumcise your boy, then his schlong won't get dirty.
Women won't complain about it.
Yeah, well,
but he will.
Anyway, but then also on top of that, so after commenting on his schlong, I don't know if you saw when I searched on Twitter to try and find the actual photo.
Right.
There was all these photos of him with a dog or him with dogs. And basically what that was that his fans...
Oh, yeah, the stan accounts who are like posting all that shit.
So his fans flooded the hashtag or the search.
So you couldn't find his schlong.
Because they were saying that he's admitted, and apparently he's been very open and very candid with his struggles with anxiety specifically, like mental health, but anxiety specifically.
It's
true. I guess they were very worried.
Yeah, I get it. It must be very hard for him. It wouldn't have been easy.
So, it sounds like his fans were very worried about
I get that.
Him being affected by it and him being negative. So, that's very nice of them to do.
It's pretty easy to find though. I think I found mine on it was like
I just looked on Google Images and it was there.
What's it called? Newswire or something. I think on Twitter, if you want to find the photo or something that people are talking about, all you gotta do is go to the comment section.
Yeah, legit. Yeah.
Scroll far enough. I saw it. It's
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. It's not bad.
I saw someone say that's him soft. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I can agree with that. Because I was like, bruh. Because if that's him soft, like Jesus Christ.
Then Jesus.
Then I'm no man at all.
Yeah, we're no Captain Australia material if that's...
That is America's dick.
Yeah.
That's a stolen joke. Don't think I came up with that.
Like,
don't laugh too hard.
I was trying to think of some kind of America's ass. Don't laugh too hard.
You can't be like, Conor, you're such an original.
I know, it's a plagiarized.
It's like, I'm sorry, I did see that on Twitter. I did see that.
But no, so yeah, basically so his fans were very worried he might have been anxious about it.
Which is nice.
Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. It's very sweet of them to worry.
We do love you, Cap. This can be the clip photo.
Our Cap has a bit of a lady schlong, doesn't he?
Wow, Cap.
I mean, look, our Cap can be gender neutral. We
leaked Chris Evans nudes before it was cool.
Yeah,
he's a lovely guy though.
No, he's wonderful. He's a sweet dude.
And I do love how he leaked it himself.
That is just hilarious. It's such a funny boomer move. So this was his response. He basically tweeted, "Now that I have your attention," with a facepalm emoji, "vote November 3rd. So,
that's a great way to handle it.
A nice little
handle it.
Call to action, a nice little encouragement to
good old Jamie Lee Curtis's fellow co-worker, if that's a word, from Knives Out, commented, "My boy, proud of him,
that's right.
got my attention."
That's right.
So Jamie Lee Curtis likes Chris Evans' penis. Confirmed, baby.
Bruh. This is how I went.
That's so funny. She looked at her own son's schlong. You know,
is that her son in the movie? I've not seen.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's what it said here. Jamie Lee Curtis played Chris's mum in Knives Out.
Jamie Lee Curtis into
which is hilarious.
A little thing in Game of Thrones we like to call.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear what you
So
said.
they're like daughter and son and mother.
Oh god.
So it's like that
What is
joke
this, some
they cracked.
cheesy porno or something?
Yeah, literally.
Mother son.
What's it called when you? I went blank. What's it called when you? Incest. Incest. Dude, it's like bloody hell. Just you know what? Even if it's not funny, at least chuckle because I had this. I made a joke on Dave's podcast episode. It was pretty shit. I can't remember what it was. No one laughed. The way to save awkward moment like that is just go ha. Even if you don't mean it, I love it.
I'm sorry, I must have missed it.
There's this joke.
Didn't even realize that you were
on Dave's
joking.
episode. Oh, thank you.
That's even worse.
I disagree.
There's literally this joke on Dave's episode, and no one laughed. I was like, "Fucking hell, that's so cringy." And the camera kept staying on me. And I'm
crickets.
like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try and be more.
That's all right.
Cued into that shit.
Just saying.
Here we go again.
Yeah, good on,
that's
though.
funny. No, I was just trying to give a good out of context of you saying incest and me just shaking my head. So that was that was my
dude.
thought.
The word incest.
That was my thought
escaped me.
process.
Right.
But no, I think if you're going to respond to something like that, best way you can. Interesting though, the article does say something about his penis wants you to vote Donald Trump out of office. But I would like to emphasize he doesn't say vote for Joe Biden. He just says vote, which I think personally is the best message to send because you don't want to make it political. You don't want to say vote for one person or the other person. You just want to say.
I do hate it when celebrities are like, "I'm voting for."
Yeah. I think
I don't care.
I think if you say you should get out and vote because it's important to have your voice heard, I think that's the best. But if you have to be like, vote for this person and vote for this person, it's so cheesy.
Number one, bro, when Macklemore said he's voting for Hillary, I was like, oh, whatever. But the biggest one.
Oh, the Casey Neistat one.
Casey Neistat.
You know, I was actually going to ask, I was going to check
so
when
funny.
the 4-year anniversary of that, because the 4-year anniversary must be coming up.
But it's just like he starts the video. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton.
That is amazing. I'm
voting for Hillary Clinton.
I wanted to bring that up on the 4-year anniversary.
They'd met before, I think.
Hillary and Casey.
Yeah, they'd met.
She wanted to Pokemon Go to the
I don't know
Neistat
who created
office.
Skongo, but I'm thinking, how can we get Skongo to the polls?
I don't know who created vlogging, but I want to give Donald Trump a flogging at the polls.
Bro, the last election, Pokemon Go is the shit. Look at us now, nearly 4 years later.
I don't know who
we
invented
just left school?
coronavirus.
But how do we get... I got nothing.
There's no joke to me.
Dude, I remember the day Trump got elected, and it was... I went down the pub, and I went out with Shawnee and Dad, and I just had like a cider. I was like freshly 18. Like, that's crazy.
You know, I remember
We did that podcast, remember?
Yeah, he would have been
Donald Trump's
because I think they vote in November,
But he doesn't get sworn in the House until
January. January is when they get sworn in.
Because
But
then
he would have
I was in America when he got sworn in.
Yeah. So really?
Dude,
That's
there were
pretty funny.
fucking riots in New York when I was there.
Wow.
There
Oh
was,
yeah,
like,
New York went
protests.
crazy. Yeah, New York hates him.
outside of Trump Tower, there was like, I remember I went to walk in,
not
someone
many-
was like disgusted. I'm like, I'm from Australia. I just want to say I went in there. I swear I'm on the news. I'm like, I know. I swear.
Man endorses Donald Trump.
Australian man. Australian man endorses Trump. Trump retweeted it. Thank you.
I know that's the crazy thing. He would be like, "Thank you to my international
literally,
supporters."
Australian flag.
I
thumb up emoji. Literally, I walked in, everyone was yelling at me. I'm like,
He's like, "I guess the Aussies love me," and you're like, "No."
It was just after the whole. Microphone thing where they grabbed by the pussy. So when I walked in with my vlogging camera, they let me go in with it. But when I was going upstairs, I was getting a shot of the elevator, like going up and me standing back a little bit, getting a good vlog shot. I get up to the top. There's 4 security guards stop me. And I shat myself. I was
hilarious.
like, I'm in Trump Tower. This is real shit. They've got guns. This is America. This is America, folks. And they asked me to say, you need to get that Rode mic off right now. They didn't say Rode, like, they need to get the mic off. I was like, oh, so you want me just to stop recording? It's like, no, you can record. Just take the mic
No
off.
sound.
I remember I didn't think I could record sound through the camera.
That's what I was going to say. It's
Not the
weird.
boom
Like
mic,
you can
not
still
the,
record
not the
sound.
shotgun mic. So it wasn't
Weird.
until you told me it was the whole mic scandal. I think that was so,
Yeah, because he got I
I feel like sounds like I don't know what you boomers think a road mic can pick up, but it's not gonna.
Yeah, these boomer
hear
security
through
guards.
walls.
They think you're like a CIA agent with like the fucking.
I'm not Inspector Gadget. Like, dude, it's like, how am I supposed to
record anything? Yeah,
dude, like
yeah.
if you're standing in that bathroom, you'd struggle.
It's like a slight difference in.
Well, the whole
mic
point of
quality.
the whole point of the shotgun.
It's
mic
directional.
Is to, to get you in the frame.
Yeah.
So, but
very strange.
It was very interesting.
I remember when Trump got elected. I was I was in my accounting WACE exam.
Yeah, you would have been doing exams then.
No, I was in my exam when he got elected. So I remember going into the exam, all of us, because in politics we were all like, in accounting class we were all quite interested in politics. We were talking about it. Our teacher was even quite into it. But like literally, yeah. So as we were walking into the exam, we were checking and like updating because it was like the votes were coming in, and it was like Donald Trump is starting. It was like Hillary was projected to win, but then as the day went,
that's the crazy thing. Everyone who's projected to win never does.
It like went that way. So basically, as we were going in, it was kind of like it looks like he might win. Which was even just the fact that he might win was like, what the fuck?
Literally.
And then I don't know why, but the entire exam, I was like sweating. I could not think of anything except that. I was like, my God, what if he wins? That'll be the craziest thing. That'll be insane. And then we walked out and it was like, yep, he's won.
I remember
so like literally over that 2.5 hour exam was when he went from maybe he could win to he's won.
There used to be TVs at Moe's at the bar.
Yeah.
We were sat, it was empty. It was like, I didn't have a job then. So I was just sat. I remember sat at a table with like just Dad and Shawnee, and we were just watching the TV of like Trump's speech of victory. Like, I nearly said happy days, but.
No, I don't. You know, that probably won't happen this year in terms of you won't know until probably like a week after if Trump wins or not. Because of Corona, they have to do a lot of vote by mail. Yeah, and it's a really weird system with the vote by mail. It's like it's something like
people doing that as well.
A lot of the vote by mail is all the vote by mail is like secure to a degree, but it is there are a lot of ways that the votes can get like discounted. So like if I don't know, let's say if your address has like a dash in it, or if your name has like a hyphen. If you write your name without a hyphen and it does have a hyphen, or you write it with a hyphen and there's no hyphen in the system, for example, they could like just disqualify your vote completely.
Well,
but then there's also like some states, they're not allowed to count the vote by mail until election day. So people could be voting for like weeks and they have all these votes like there, but they're not allowed to actually count them until the day of. But because there's so many freaking votes that they have to count, they don't get through it for like weeks, you know? So there's a potential you won't know who wins the presidency for like weeks.
There's going to be a huge drop in people doing it as well. Like people barely went.
Corona will make it way down.
Without Corona, people barely went out. Speaking of Corona, you want to bring out that video I tagged you in. It's ridiculous. Like I've been hearing more and more of this.
So this is, okay, so Conor tagged me in this.
Yeah, people
today.
walking
He told me
through-
not to watch it, so I've not seen this.
This is people walking through Target. I hear this quite a lot. People walking through places like Target and Walmart who are just... they're very anti-mask, folks, as you're about to see. Obviously, in America, it's shocking how many people are dying daily.
So this is Florida anti-maskers invading
By the way, don't
Target.
worry about music. I checked, and they're screaming so loud you can't even hear the music.
Well, I'll turn it down a bit.
They got a speaker, so...
Okay, so let's...
It's ridiculous. They're literally marching around screaming at people to take them off.
To take off their masks?
Yeah.
Because Target would have a mask policy, wouldn't they?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they got in. They must... Oh, okay, there you go. You can see they're holding masks. They obviously walked in with one.
Oh,
And then
interesting.
in a stance. Look at these people smiling.
What the
like,
hell? What? Obama wearing a Make America Great Again shirt. That's
fucking
weird.
kids.
What the hell?
Isn't so they obviously walked in with
my
masks
God.
and then
took it off.
in a protest decided to go, oh,
fucking hell.
I mean, I've been seeing so much of this stuff. People Karens getting kicked out of shopping centers and saying it's like violating their like privacy and like
I've seen
they
some
cannot say
whack shit. Same as
like,
you.
Literally, it's like, you know, like there's no freedom of speech. Like I don't even notice, but there's an actress in The Mandalorian. I didn't watch it, but she came out quite anti-mask.
Oh, really?
And then the trailer dropped yesterday, and she is a main character, and she was in like one shot.
No way. Wow.
Yeah. So Disney, obviously, it's like the whole TJ Miller thing, I think.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're a bit embarrassed by this person.
Yeah, like I don't know. Obviously, I don't think they're going to edit because it comes out next month. Obviously, it's
no, there's been a lot of that. I mean, people are so. What's so weird is like, is it fucking that hard to wear a mask? Like,
did you see our controversial colleague, I guess to call her, I don't want to say, person we know on Facebook?
Oh, the
shared a
QAnon
huge
girl
thing. It's like a doctor said, I was walking on the street not wearing a mask, and someone said, how dare you? He said, ha, moron. You know that mask makes it worse. It's like, what? How?
I don't know, man. The amount of like, what do they call it? Mental gymnastics that these people do where they just are fucking bending so far backwards.
I hate how Corona has made people so entitled. Their opinion is so
and they've made it like, I know better than any doctor, any health official. It's like, no, you
Why should I wear a mask? I saw a woman, she's like, I do feel a bit sorry for her. I'll admit it. She wasn't that Karen-y, but she was missing, but we're all doing it. She's like, I'm missing people. Everyone says I'm the happiest person ever, and they're missing my smile. And I get that.
Oh, I saw that one. But yeah, I do get that as well.
But we're all struggling. I know we're doing lucky here. But even every day, literally a few times a day, I'm like, gigs, like crowds, especially for our future. The stuff we want to do with crowds, like,
dude, like
I can't visit my family in the UK for fuck knows how long. Yeah. How long till we go to the Gold Coast or Sydney? We had plans to go to Sydney. We wanted to go to Sydney and different places.
No, like I go to the pub, we go to all these places, and it's like this country, this state.
We are so lucky. I'm not trying to complain because we are one of the luckiest places on earth.
No, like literally this state. We literally are. WA is one of the only places on earth.
My cousin in the UK, he's like,
where you can freely go to the pub.
I think my cousin's 14. His entire school shut down today because someone in there got COVID.
Crazy.
Dude, his entire school closed down.
That's the thing. Like there are other places that like,
all these
you know what's crazy is like it's also, you know, I'm sure there are places in America where like bars are open, but like, you know, that shit is A, unsafe, and B,
well, apparently there when we was,
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Our pubs were closed for what, 3-4 months? Apparently there was
we did have to not go for a while.
There was that one apparently maybe 20 minutes away. That was
the
like
pub cluster or something.
It's a postcode, so I can't say it.
Okay.
But apparently that was open.
I did hear about that. There was some pubs that secretly stayed
our friend
open.
works in a bar, and he said
there were pubs that
they went into his bar and said, can we use his pump just to clean out our kegs? And they're like, number one, why did they give him it? And he was like, yeah, just clean out the kegs because we've got nothing else to do. So no, you're not.
You're clearly serving people. Yeah. So they were just letting people in secretly. So that's like that's like Sneaky Tony's. It's like a little underground
what's
like
the password.
Yeah, legit. It's like
raining men.
It's what's it called? Fucking prohibition. Like it's
like that. Simpsons episode with the prohibition.
Exactly. Yeah,
literally, it's like that. You know. Problem is though, all these anti-maskers, like they're so entitled. It's like, you know, the more you do it, the worse it's going to get. And the longer you will feel that shit.
Yes. And the other thing, like, you know, you said that lady said about the smiling thing, and I sympathize with that. And to be honest,
she was one of the nicer Karens.
Even the people who are anti-maskers, I understand that like they come from a place where they want to be free. I get it. They come from a place where they want normal. I understand that. But there are people who have lost their lives or lost their mum or lost their dad or lost family members, lost friends. Some people have been evicted because they can't work and they can't pay rent and now they're homeless. And some people are homeless and have COVID-19 and have lost their fucking parents. Like if the worst thing you have to do is wear a mask, fucking just put up with it for a little bit.
My freedom is just gone whenever I put on a bit of cotton.
Like, man, it's the downstream effects that they don't see. It's like that they don't see. I don't know why I said that Italian, but it's like the stuff down the road that affects everybody else, the entire economy. That plus, you don't see when you're just being selfish.
The scariest thing about the virus is no one knows the after effects. Apparently, it's fucking up your body even after it's gone.
I've heard people 3 months later, they have no sense of smell, no sense of taste.
You do not want to fucking get it.
Nothing.
You do not want to get it.
I've heard people have like chronic back pain.
Yeah.
I've heard
it's comparisons. Such an unknown virus, man. It's crazy.
So I've heard comparisons to 9/11 in the sense of, you know how, and I think we talked about this on 9/11.
Thursday,
last Thursday, when basically a lot of 9/11 first responders, people who came in the initial...
Yeah, they got asbestos poisoning.
Well, but like years later. Like they didn't even know they had it. Like years later. And so I've heard people compare it to that and say, well, what if people who had COVID-19 years later are having chronic back issues, they still don't have their taste or anything?
Dude, there are people who are
they going to get free treatment? Because that's what... some of the government has said.
It's the scary thing. There are people who have been interviewed saying they would rather die than wear a mask because they just believe in it that much. Like they're like, oh, it's all just like this government.
I'd rather take the risk.
Look, regardless if it even is like a government experiment gone out of hand, it will still fucking kill you.
Yes, it will.
Regardless if the government started this and it's some way to get rid of whatever you believe in. It's still gonna fucking kill you.
You know what's so funny too is like all you would need to do is like here's what I think they need to do. They need to like get some intelligence like CIA agent to leak out a program from the CIA where they're like tracking people's faces with like facial recognition. People wear masks in fucking a day.
They need to start finding
you know what I mean? Like,
these people need to be fined.
But what I'm saying is these are the same kinds of people that if any of these shops started to do facial recognition or anything, they would wear like ski masks probably.
There was women in Bunnings in our country. Why do I wear a mask? Why should I? It's like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Why should I wear a mask? It's like, what? Do it, you stupid moron.
And you know what's so ridiculous?
Isn't it crazy? The way they stop it is by doing it. And they're doing the complete opposite, expecting it to end. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and coronavirus is going to be gone because you didn't wear a mask. It's going to make it worse.
It's like, you know, the crazy thing too is like people... I think a lot of them don't want to do it on the principle of like, this is not the lifestyle we live in America, you know, but it's like,
this is the land of the free.
Yeah. But it's like, if you go around without a mask for X amount of time, your American lifestyle will be worse for longer because the economy will be fucked.
Shit.
The health will be fucked.
Economy's already fucked.
If you wear a mask for like just a couple of months tops, you know, if everyone did it, obviously if only a few people do it, it might even be years, but it's like,
dude, you know,
that's the trade-off.
They've said, like, people like vaccine by the end of the year.
No way, bro.
No, you're a fucking moron. Even if there is a vaccine, do you know how many people, everyone on the earth's going to be ordering one?
Yeah.
Everyone on the earth is going to want it.
True.
And the last place is going to get it will be us because we're like doing, apart from Victoria.
Well, we don't need it as much. Yeah.
You know, the last people who are going to get it is us.
Yeah.
But it's like, vaccine, dude, they're predicting a vaccine live into like 2022.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that as well. And it's
ridiculous.
Like, the thing is, I mean, vaccines, you can't whip them up like that.
Shit? Can you believe this shit?
You know, it's funny. Today I was with someone and we watched a bit of I Am Legend, first of all, which is a post-apocalyptic movie, and then we also watched some Walking Dead. And like in both of them, we were watching, and I was like, you know, isn't it funny how just a few years ago this seemed like complete like, oh, what if? That's such a crazy reality, and now it's like, well, maybe it's not that crazy.
I might be saying this wrong, so please forgive me. And I know I probably shouldn't be saying statistics if they're not real, but I think I heard on the Entry podcast they said they're predicting by January there'll be another 300,000 deaths in America.
I think 300,000 total by January, but
Isn't that
I think
crazy?
you're right. But that's insane. It's insane.
Thing is, you hear a number. These are people's lives. These are people's families.
You know what's so crazy? And I'm actually surprised that no one has really brought this up, but they had their doctor, their like main doctor in America, Dr. Fauci, I think his name was Which I always thought was kind of weird that no other country had like a main doctor. I don't know how they really have
Didn't
that.
Australia have one?
Yeah, but I mean, we heard our
Isn't it a Minister of Health or something?
Yes, I mean, we have the Minister of Health, but like, I mean, we would have heard things from either ScoMo or our local premier.
So it's a
in our
classic.
case,
And how can we trust him?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess in America, you know, Trump probably has a low trust rating, whereas if they hear it from a doctor, they're more likely to believe it. So I understand. But anyway,
Yeah.
I remember he in the early stages of the pandemic, I think it was him, said something along the lines of like the worst case scenario for the pandemic, worst case is 120 to 200,000 Americans dead, right? He early on he said that was like the worst case, and I remember like Trump and a lot of different politicians were saying, ridiculous. We will never get to that point. We will never get
wasn't
to
he trying to open for Easter?
200,000.
Remember when he was talking about Easter?
my
Yeah. It's
God.
like, by Easter, it'll be gone. And we're like, bro, it's like nearly October. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, I forgot about that too. That's
Yeah,
insane.
dude, that's how long ago it's been cracking on for.
But you know what's crazy too? That wasn't even a full 6 months ago.
All right.
Easter was just under 6 months ago. How insane is that?
I literally think we're going to be in this for so long. And just imagine how shit it's going to get.
Easter feels like it was a fucking year ago.
Look, Christmas is going to be, it's going to be hard. Like all these people's families, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But we need to just be strong. Like, honestly,
No, everyone has to come together. Everyone has to. Otherwise, it's, you know,
I think it's going to be a very emotional
makes
Christmas.
it worse. Well, you
All
know
these
what's
people have
you know
died,
what's
man.
I just
It's
feel
sad.
so. That's the thing, like because I think America is just about at 200,000 deaths now. Which 200,000? I mean, 200,000 people is insane.
I know.
You can't even fathom that. Like if 200,000 people died in what has it been 7-8 months of a pandemic, that's like if 200,000 people died from anything else in 8 months, you would be like, what the fuck is going on here? We need to do something about it, you know? But
I just can't get over. I remember just hearing all these like Chinese doctors saying in January, I've never seen anything like this. We need to take it seriously. And everyone was like, bollocks. Dude, I told you last week. I remember
So
listening to the
ridiculous.
H3 podcast and Ethan, I'll give Ethan this. Everyone gives him shit. I love Ethan. I'll give Ethan this.
yeah,
He was the only person saying
yeah.
that I knew of saying, I think this is serious.
Yeah.
I remember driving being like, this will never hit Perth.
No, and legit, there were like I've said this before, but there's this political show I watch.
So I'm just gonna go to the toilet.
And there are two hosts. One's a girl, one's a guy. And the guy host, he literally in fucking February, like January, February, he was saying, and you know, I think this coronavirus problem could be a big issue for Trump. Like he was saying that specific, yeah. And no, but even I was one of the people thinking that. I was like, oh, come on, he'll never be that'll never be a big issue. Like I just did not. I was like, wow, man. No, but yeah, but I'll keep talking. But yeah, it was it's wild to think. Conor says he wished that maybe we should eventually add a mic to the toilet and like a toilet cam. Like
I remember Mitch coming back from FIFO, and I still
Mitch coming back from FIFO. What did he do?
I still rip into him today for it. But he said I had a heated conversation with someone at the site saying, no, like the coronavirus is bigger than the common cold. Like it's gonna be a huge thing.
Yeah, of course it is. Of
And
course
Mitch
it's
was
bigger
like,
than-
bollocks. Remember he made a huge deal out of it.
yeah, you know, a lot of people,
Remember that?
you know, a lot of people early on would say, and actually, you know what the irony?
And I was like, I don't know, man. I think this is a big thing.
many people at the beginning of Corona said,
Yeah, but a cold.
it's only killed
Yeah.
whatever at the time,
and
10,000
a common
people a
cold
year.
will, yeah.
The flu kills 50,000. I don't know how many people.
So just
People flick 'em.
to piss him off, I
By the
literally
way-
sent him randomly.
Oh no! What are you saying?
I do this all the time. It really pisses him off. I just randomly text him saying, still not as bad as a common cold. I'll just send it. Heaps.
That's pretty
Because
funny.
he was so entitled. He's like, it's not that bad. I'm like,
You know the craziest thing. I don't know if you know
It
this.
is.
These numbers were recently. I don't know. Maybe someone started since then. As far as I'm aware, this entire year, 2020, not a single Western Australian. So okay, WA is not that big, but not a single Western Australian has died of the flu
Huh.
in all of 2020. Well, if you think about all of the social distancing,
Not according to our friend on social media.
What
They're
I'm saying
covering
is-
up the flu deaths with COVID deaths, you fool.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr.
You know what?
Q. You were correct.
I'm sure a few, maybe a dozen, get mixed in the. But that's.
But no, what
Dude,
my point is.
That's a droplet in an ocean.
My point is, every social distancing measure and stay-at-home order and quarantine, all this shit.
Those are weird times.
Bro, you think that's gonna...
Boy, that was a scary few months.
Yeah. No, but like that is clearly going to stop the flu. I mean, if coronavirus can last through that, then of course it's going to be deadlier than the fucking flu, man.
Oh, Mitch.
Ah, it's wild.
Still
though.
not as deadly.
I'm going to
as
check
the
actually
flu.
because I want to know how much deaths they've had. I mean, it's morbid. It's terrible, but
Dude, there's so many in Victoria every day.
Victoria has actually been going down, which is great.
But
Which is
I understand. You know why? Because people are quarantining, wearing masks. Who'd have thought
There you go.
quarantining and wearing masks would
America,
help
as of today, which is the 16th of September, America
ridiculous.
is on 196,000 deaths. So pretty much at 2,000, they're basically getting 1,000 a day. So they're probably going to get to 2,000, 200,000 in the next week. Within the next week, it's insane. How do you fathom that? 200,000 people dead. Like, and also, by the way, that's not even taking into account all the people who, like I said, have fucking been evicted because they can't work, because they're not getting relief from the government, because they have not been able to pay rent. And now they're homeless. And now you have all these homeless people who probably have a lot of trouble social distancing, and then they get COVID, and then more people fucking die. And then all the suicides probably that you've had because of not just COVID deaths, but lockdowns and just everything. It's insane. That is the official soundbite for 2020.
Sorry, I got something that will lie in the mood a little bit. I just got tagged in something by my good friend Mitch Letcher, who I do want to get on the show at some point.
Yeah, let's change the topic. Something
I never get
special.
tagged by anything with Mitch Letcher. And it's the same thing Mitch tagged me in.
Send this to me, my friend.
Everyone's got that one mate who would tell a chick he loves her on the first day. And Mitch tagged me in it. Both Mitches tagged me in that.
What? That you love him on the first
Why
day?
does everyone keep Dan, am I wrong or is it the children that are wrong? Why are you doing that? I for the record never said that. Why does everyone keep thinking that of me? Is it because I wear my heart on my sleeve?
Yes.
Okay.
It is-
you can
it is
answer
exactly
truthfully.
because of that. No, it's just because you're so open. You're so
I am open.
honest.
Sometimes to my benefit. And girls are like, I love open guys. No, they don't. That's the biggest bullshit I've ever fucking heard.
I think they do if it's the right kind of open. Depends.
So you're saying that I'm not the right kind of open.
No, not necessarily. Maybe just the girls you've been with have not been receptive to your specific kind of openness.
Guess so. Yeah, I guess.
You know,
I just say how it is.
yeah, you do. No, but just a few weeks ago, you were telling me you were talking to some bird and you were like, she was perfect, love of my life. Well, you didn't say that, but you said something
never
like,
said that.
no, what did we'll
Love
have
of
to,
my life.
you didn't say love of
I
your
don't even
life.
know the hell you're talking
What did
about.
you say? You said something like perfect girl. I could see myself with her. You said something very, very blunt.
Who?
The girl at the fucking that you didn't talk to. The girl who you were at the pub with or
yeah.
something. And the way you described her, you were like,
No, I just said.
I could see myself with her or some shit like that.
No, I just said that she was supposed to come to my dad's 60th, but she dropped out because Olivia dropped out her friend. Who's a family friend of ours, which is fair enough. I understand why she didn't want to come. I didn't say that. I just said.
No, I'm just saying because of the way.
I just said I could see myself trying to make things work with her, but she lives an hour away, so I'm not going to try because I've done that. I've been there and done that, and it fucking sucks. So I said,
Okay,
no.
well, I don't know. Maybe,
I never said love of my
maybe it
life.
was someone else. Maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was her. But I just know that you would be very honest. And you know what? I like that quality about you. I think it's fine. But you got to take the meme, my friend. You got to take it.
Yeah, well, all
Especially
these guys are all like so fucking. Like, I know guys who have lost great girls because they're so like, I don't want toxic masculinity.
I know. I was gonna say we got to find a proper gift for that. The toxic.
At least I'm not like that. At least I kind of just say it. I actually hate it because I come home from stuff like that and I come home from nights at the pub when I'm talking to people. I'm like, fucking shut up. Like, I honestly hate it. Like, I'm going to talk about it in therapy on Friday. I went to the pub on Sunday. I did not stop talking about being so open. I'm like, no one, like this stuff could come back and bite me in the ass one day, and I got to stop doing it.
It's good to be open though, you know. It's not.
Well, clearly not. I just keep getting fucking jokes made about me.
Oh, come on. The jokes are a good thing.
Yeah,
you got to take that shit on the chin, man.
Well, you're going to Liv's party, 21st.
Maybe there'll be some girls there.
No, that girl was going there. You said I loved, who I've met once. I never said I loved her. Those words never escaped my mouth.
Oh, I see.
But she's going to be there. Also, the other girl who was there who kind of liked me. So there's two of them.
We're getting a bit dicey now. You're going to have to bring a hat and a fucking pair of glasses.
I've got a few questions for both of them. So, yeah.
Is my dick better than Chris Evans?
There's only one way for you to find out.
Oh, what's this OnlyFans thing that you mentioned, by the way? Let me just rearrange some of these notes.
Well, I was scrolling through the old gram today, which I've only started doing recently because I find Instagram bad for my mental health, folks. And here's the thing: I've never known anyone personally. Well, I have. I've known two people personally now who have got OnlyFans accounts. One of them's a stripper though, so she had one. So I'm like, fair enough, and that explains it. But there's a girl who
and she just
had a son, yeah.
She just had a kid, yeah.
Yeah, I messaged her.
So I was actually going to ask you, like, so she had an OnlyFans, but she doesn't have it anymore?
I don't think so.
Dude, could you imagine if you fucking OnlyFans your childbirth?
Oh my God.
Hey, get the tips, baby.
I'm sure there's some weird fetish out there that people would be into that.
Pregnant porn is like a genre.
Yeah,
people,
I don't get how that works personally, but okay.
You don't get how. What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, apparently when you're so pregnant, you can barely like move, and like, I'm like, how do you have the fucking charisma to even fucking?
From what I've heard,
sex?
is that
you get hell horny.
All the hormones.
Yeah.
Pregnant girls get pretty horny. So
it'll just be missionary the whole time. So you have to.
Yeah, I guess so, but it could be doggy. I don't know if they.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just like giving my back pain.
We might need to get some further research on this.
Let's ask pregnant people. But anyway, I was going through Instagram and I saw a girl that I matched with on Tinder in December.
Ew.
Who I think she said at one point we should hang out. We never did. Anyway, I messaged her out of the blue randomly, like maybe 3 or 4 times. But she today posted on Instagram saying she's got an OnlyFans account. So I haven't done it yet, but I do want to go and ask a few questions. I'm thinking of direct messaging her and not being creepy, obviously. I generally just want to ask questions for the show, like what made you want to do it? Has it been making guys give you weird messages? Not myself, because I'm doing it for the show. Questions like, is this your future? Is this what you want to do? I generally am interested. Maybe even mention, if she's okay to talk about it, what the money's like, how easy was it to start it up, the support you got in, does your family know? I'd love to ask these kind of questions. So the question is, folks, do I risk being called a creep, messaging her, asking not creepy questions, because she might see it that way and say, look, I got a podcast. I'd love to hear your thoughts about why you did this, what happened.
I would love to have someone like that on the show. I mean, that would just be fascinating. I'm fascinated by it. And we've talked about it on the show. I'm fascinated.
I'll ask her questions through Instagram, and if she's overly keen, I'll say, come on the show. I'd love to have her on.
Yeah, just say, look.
Well, she posted a quite
provocative
photo.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right.
By the way, I'm not, if this is what you want to do.
No, we don't shame that shit.
I'm not saying that.
No. We're very open to that.
None of my questions asking this stuff will be to shame. I've got nothing wrong. If you want to do that, go ahead.
I think it's a pure curiosity thing, you know.
I just want to ask questions. Like, I did this unedited video.
I think it's fascinating.
Oh God, I should have edited it. It was good. I never edited it. I deleted the footage in the end. But I did this unedited video vlog where it was like dating in quarantine, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Really cool video. And then I hit up someone that I knew who had like this joint Tinder account. And I hadn't spoken to her in ages, so I asked heaps of questions and I got heaps of research for the video and I read it out in the video and stuff. Thinking of doing that here. I think go and investigate a Conor and hit her up and be like, I mean, I've spoken to her out the blue here and there.
If you just hit her up and say, look, we've matched on Tinder a few times.
We did. I think that's how we met.
And just say like, this isn't a romantic inquiry.
I don't know if she's right about that, but.
No, just be like, I run a podcast with my friend.
Want to ask your
I
consent?
see that you have an OnlyFans, and I'd be really curious to
I hope
interview and use the
word.
word interview because that makes it sound more official.
Oh,
Be very curious to interview you and ask you about what it's like to be an OnlyFans person. I think it would be a fascinating thing to have on our show.
well, it's $5, Dan.
The cost of research, my
I'll
friend.
leave it there. Maybe I'll have to do my research.
And you'll be like, so for the show, can we get a free pass?
Yeah, I'm like, so for the show, I researched.
We obviously need to research you. No.
If I had her on, I'd have to research.
Well, and you should pay for it then if you're going to research.
I would pay for it.
Good.
It's $5.
We need to value local artists.
And I was gonna say, I like value local artists. I got nothing wrong with it.
But
think
I
it's
mean
great.
that. I mean that. I think the more Perth girls can be on OnlyFans, the better.
It just surprised me in a good way. I was like, oh, it's crazy. I haven't seen that for anyone. I've never met her, but I've known her for a while, and I've
We
messaged
know,
her a few times.
and I don't want to necessarily say her name, but we know a girl who's a stripper
Yeah,
and posts on Instagram quite provocative photos. If she had an OnlyFans, she
surprised
could
she
make some
doesn't.
good dosh.
Surprised
She
she
could make
doesn't.
some good money. There's not,
you see those weird messages she gets? There's some weird ones,
dude.
man.
Oh man, OnlyFans girls probably get and that would be something interesting to ask
Another thing I
her.
want to ask her, because when the minute she posted that, a bunch of these weird like OnlyFans promotion accounts started commenting saying, DM us and we'll put you on this thing. And she was like, no thanks. So
Jesus,
want to ask about
Christ.
that? I might even send her this because I'll be like, oh, look, just let you know if you're
No, I'd be
interested.
very,
We spoke
very
about-
fat. I'd be
I hope we
very
haven't
curious.
offended her. That's the last thing I wanted to do. And I won't
No,
say.
no,
by the way, I
no.
won't say. I'm not going to say her name now. I don't want to say anything about her.
I
just
think
in case
something,
she's
you know,
still
like Kath,
doesn't want to talk about it.
Kath, I don't think would necessarily seriously consider it, but like Kath's said to me before,
An OnlyFans couples account.
oh, well, if I'm lucky. No, she said to me about like the whole, because Kath like hates feet, right? She's not into feet at all.
Right, not into the foot fetish.
But she said to me, she's like, I have the worst, like the fact that I hate feet disadvantaged me so much in this economy. She
the
was
foot
like,
fetish,
if
yeah.
I could just make an OnlyFans for my feet, I could
It
make a
happens.
shit ton. And apparently
It happens,
one of Kath's co-workers' friends,
Loves feet.
no, they're a girl. If only. They're a girl and they have an OnlyFans for their feet and they make like good money, apparently. Yeah.
I heard today there's that guy. He was on H3.
So I
He
think
does
it's a
he
fascinating
does
new
those
business
stall
opportunity.
videos. He has the stall videos where he's like, "Hey, bro, do you want $5?" He's on the stall. He's like taking a shit, and he passes it through. He has an OnlyFans account for his feet.
That's hilarious.
For his feet. Oh, there was it with feet. I don't.
No, but I think it's a fascinating thing. I'd love to have someone like that on because I think,
Would you post your feet on?
yeah, sure. I mean, why not? I just wouldn't want to bait anybody. Like, I would want to be very upfront. Like,
I
look,
don't get it,
I'm a man. I'm not
personally.
trying to catfish you right now.
Well, no, don't tell me. Like, you know, I've been jamming the H3 episodes recently, and this wiki feed.
Didn't they have a OnlyFans creator on their podcast?
Yeah, smell.
Yeah. How
I was
was
telling
that?
you about that.
I didn't watch
When
that.
we were zoinked on Saturday or Sunday morning, should I say, folks? When we were zoinked, I was like, "Get this, folks." No, she's talking to Zach in the DMs because Zach's single now. Bless him.
Ooh.
And Zach spoke about eating ass after a hike, and I think that
Yeah.
kind of turned her on.
Well, that's commitment to a woman, you know.
Zach said the other day, I've never heard this before. It's called "Get in Your Wings." Have you heard of this?
I feel like I've heard the
See, I
term.
heard this saying. I didn't think what it was. It's where you go down on a girl when she happens to be ovulating. It's on her period.
on her period.
Yeah.
Get in your wings. Is that because it leaves like a
I don't know.
on either side of your face or what?
You know what I thought getting your wings was?
what?
I thought it was fingering two birds at once because of the collarbones.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Maybe.
I'm sorry. Did no one think that was a very inventive guess?
No, it is a very inventive guess.
You know your collarbones look like wings. They do.
Yeah, they do. No.
And that's where the vagina is, under the collarbones.
The only thing I can think of, and this is only just because I played it recently, was in The Last of Us 2, they and it's not sexual.
Clip
yeah,
your
they
wings.
clip your wings. Yeah, they
Yeah.
clip your wings, which just means they fucking beat up your arm, so your arm's like broken. But
Yeah. Well, this is a sexual endeavor.
yeah, in a sexual context, I could not guess. I really wouldn't know.
So there's this woman who is on OnlyFans. I will.
Yeah, hit her up. I'd love to.
No, but the only thing I worry about is I don't want to think I'm a fucking creep. And girls don't hold back these days. When guys hit them up in their DMs and they're weird, which I will do my best to be the least weird I can be, they don't hesitate on fucking putting it on their story Makes me know I'm a fucking joke.
This simp is asking me to go on his simping podcast.
That's the thing. I don't want to come across like that, but what if it does?
Just give it a go. Shoot your shot. I think,
It's called For a Simp Podcast.
It's for all the simps out there who feel disenfranchised. No, give it your best shot. I think go it and we'll see how it goes. We actually do have, what is it, halfway through September, on October 3rd, I believe we have it scheduled in.
Yeah,
Kath's going to come on the show.
And October 3rd is Mean Girls Day. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
It's October 3rd. I haven't even seen it and I know that.
Right.
Yeah, October 3rd is Mean Girls Day. So
I see you having a pure blonde.
well, Gavin would want me to.
So
Comes
we're going
into my house, doesn't give me one.
So we're going to have Kath on the show on November 3rd. October 3rd.
That's
so
what,
we
2
will
weeks
have,
away?
2 weeks ago. So we will
2
have
weeks away.
some girls coming on soon. We'll have Kath on. Hopefully we'll try and get some other women on.
OnlyFans girl on.
We'll do our best we can.
She can come on. She can promote her OnlyFans.
We're going to boost the diversity of the show.
You can't. Is there any way to be not creepy about that?
Just do your best.
Imagine she comes and be like, "I've seen your OnlyFans. I'm a fan." It's like, so what? You've enjoyed yourself to my.
I think you would just have to be honest and say we matched on Tinder because that's really how you know.
We did though, yeah. I only remember.
I've been following you since before your OnlyFans.
I have. I don't know if you remember this, but I matched with her in Perth. And then I sent her a message, and by the time she replied, I was in Gold Coast with you. We were in time zone.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I was talking about a girl, and I said, "Oh, a girl wants me up with me when I get back."
I do remember that. Actually, just as a quick comment, and we'll get on to the next thing because we need to finish up the show. But we did get a comment on one of our episodes from someone from one of the clips of our shenanigans in Gold Coast, of someone who said, let me get up the actual comment.
No. Was it the girl who follows our clip?
It might have been.
No, the girl in the pub.
That girl.
No.
Let me just make sure.
No.
I haven't responded to the comment yet because I'm not sure what to say.
Shit.
So I guess this is kind of the response right now, live.
What did she say?
But she commented on one of our videos. I think my feedback was actually kind of not meaner, although I am sorry I alluded. Hope you're okay, baby. Only love from the Gold Coast. So I don't know. That was on our video entitled All Our Crazy Gold Coast Shenanigans. So
because she said,
I'm not sure if that was
channel, and I subbed to the clips and what did we talk about on the clip? The girl who
we spoke about, your drunken female endeavors.
Which one? There was a few that trips.
Well, exactly. So
the girl in the club.
I think this was the girl who you met at the club who I walked home.
Yes.
Do you remember? I think that was her.
Did you mention on the show her driving?
I haven't even watched the clip. I don't know.
Moron.
We'll have to check.
She's probably not. What did she say? I think my feedback was actually kind of not. That's right. She ripped into me for flirting. She gave me like weird dating advice. She was like, "That's right. Shit. Oh my God. That's right." She said to me, when my friend said she wants to talk to you, you should have come over to me straight away.
Ah, I see. Interesting.
Fuck. Shit. You can send her this.
Look at that. You're learning every day from this girl.
Oh God, I'm sorry, folks. Connor had a few that night.
Even nearly a year later, we're still learning from this.
I do love the commenter who put K cool.
On our sauce taster video. And on the Harvey Weinstein video, we have a comment saying, "I heard he is giving out names." So
did you really? Thank you so much. Wow, I can't believe.
There you go. There you go. A bit of a follow up.
Hopefully her boyfriend didn't see that clip.
If we're lucky. So
I'm kidding. She didn't have a boyfriend. That was a joke, by the way. That was a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah.
Don't take it out of context. It's a joke.
Bruh. All
right, gone.
So on Saturday evening, Connor's father turned 60 years old. And
no, but
it wasn't on that day.
Turned
but
60 this time last week.
He celebrated his 60th last Saturday. And Conor did a very, very long it was DJ
the longest
show.
one I've ever done, yeah. It was like 4 hours. Yeah, it was really fun. It was good. I had a few people come up to me asking if I could do some stuff for them, which is really fun.
That's great. That is great.
I had like 3 people ask, which is really cool. And I think I'm doing like 3 or 4 next month, which is really cool.
Oh, awesome.
And I got one in December.
One of them is mine.
Yeah, one of them is yours. I'm
Halloween party.
really thankful for you to ask that. I think it went well. Did you think it went well?
I think it went well. I think it went well insofar as like you obviously had a great time and everyone had a great time who was there. You know what I mean? So I think because you were at a party where so many people knew you, and also the people there had a lot of overlapping, not just overlapping sense of music, but overlapping sense of what they find nostalgic with music, that your taste of music really fit with everyone there. So that was a good mix. I would have some comments in regards to when you do our party, but I will, give you those in a more professional. Well, I can give you them now, but So, like I said, I think what you delivered for that party was very fitting.
Well, I fit through the party, folks.
I think it fit very well.
Yeah.
One thing I would just say, and I'll say this because you did a lot at our last party and you did it at the party on Saturday, is that whether I'm doing the music before you go on or whether you're organizing it or
make sure
whatever,
I play twice.
No. Make sure that when you're ready to leave the stage, there's music to transition back to so that you don't just leave and then everything's quiet.
Okay. To be fair, I'm pretty zoinked at the end of it, but yeah. Okay. I'll keep it in.
No, or even just tell me what the final song is so that I know that when you're playing the final song, I have to get ready to put the music back on. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So just that way it transitions so it's a smooth flow.
Yeah.
And then you also mentioned that you did something where you like replayed a bit of the set, which I think in that context was fine. But I
didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I would just say try not to do that.
No, but I don't want to do that. And I didn't want to. And I told mum that I said, it's not time to put it on yet. And she said, it is. And I said, no, I would have rather gone on. If I went on an hour later, all the music that I'd spent, I spent like 2 months making that and no one heard it. It was like literally the first hour of my set, no one heard. And by the time people got into it, it was an hour in and I couldn't play the final half of the set or the final hour. It was final hour, final half. Couldn't play that because that's where all the hits are at. If I play them too early, there's something for the end. So I have to go backtrack on myself, play the bigger hits in the first hour. I couldn't start from the beginning because that's like the smaller hits.
I hear where you're coming from and I agree with what you're saying to a degree, but I will also say once you've started, you're in it. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, it was your family's 60th. You knew a lot of people there, more casual. So you can do that. But if it's a gig,
I wouldn't. If I was doing like a pay gig, I wouldn't do that.
If it was a gig and also for someone who doesn't know you though, even if it was unpaid or like,
no, I wouldn't do that.
They know you.
No, I wouldn't. It wasn't that. It was just that people weren't into it for the first hour, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just. By the way, no one really cared that I did that.
No, and that's not a huge criticism.
I only played like. Maybe 5 songs from the first. Jeez, my voice. 5 songs in the first hour. I replayed, and then I just started freestyling it.
No, and that's just a thing to note. I'm not necessarily saying that's a massive criticism. It's just something to note.
It wasn't very easy, and when I first started, everyone kind of swarms around you like a fucking, like your honey and their ants, and I admit it, I did lose my temper a little bit.
Yeah, that is also something that
it was really annoying me because
it's very interesting to see as a bystander because I know what it's like to perform.
Yeah, but like
I respect it. I'm like I
made a big mistake. Luckily, in the first, I fucked up my first transition because people were talking about there was all these kids around me. They're all fucking scratching. I'm telling them not to. I like to scratch. I love it. When I first got my deck, the first thing I wanted to do was just play with the scratch.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I get it. It's really fun. But please respect the fact that when you do that, people who aren't watching me go, that's fucking shit. What the fuck is that? Like, trying to think
when you're actually performing.
And I was telling these people, and they're like, they are quite young, but I kept saying, like, please don't do that. Yeah. And they kept doing it. And I literally had to say like 10 times, like, please stop doing that. I really don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
And because they were distracting me so much, I completely fucked up my first transition. No one heard because no one was even interested because the music was at this kind of level and the talking was louder. No one would have been able to tell. But Yeah, I did. Look, I probably shouldn't have, but I did. I was a bit like, guys, please just stop scratching because I spent a long time on this. I want to make sure it's perfect. Please just stop.
Yeah, that is annoying.
And then it kind of came back into my face. It was like, you're being rude. I was like, but come on. I'm trying to do this.
I'm sorry. I think that's completely fair. I was like,
I'm trying to do this. And every 2 seconds, they're stopping the track to scratch it.
Nah, that's ridiculous. You can't be doing that shit. You cannot be doing that.
It's like, Declan did it at yours, like once or twice. I get it. And I maybe said to him, like, look, if you want to do it, can you at least do it on like key and like on cue and like just perfectly do it? Like scratch.
Or just come up to you and say, hey, do you mind if I scratch? Tell me when I can do it.
I normally, if they want to do it, I normally just do this and I go with their hand. I'm like, there you go. You
show them. There you go. Yeah.
It's like, that happened. And then, and I pissed off everyone downstairs. Everyone came to my room and they were like, oh, Conor, you take too many Polaroid selfies. And they ripped into me. And then I joked back. I said, oh, I'm not so-and-so on our Instagram. And
oh boy.
And they all turned on me and said, that's not funny. I said, you just made the same joke about me. That's the exact same joke. And I'm turning it on you. It's just because it's a girl and I'm a guy. It's like, just because you're a girl doesn't mean it didn't hurt my feelings. Like,
I love it. We're delving into the party specific rather than the set now.
Oh, I'm sorry. It went great. I was really happy with it.
Yeah.
People asked if I could do their sets and it went really well.
I think it did really well. I think people responded to it very well. I think people liked it. I don't know if you got that vibe. I mean, what did you get from the audience? Like,
it was probably my most responsive gig. I had maybe
that's good. That's great.
Maybe 6 people say they really liked it. And then like 3 or 4 people came up to me and said, I'd like you to do something in the future. So
yeah, great.
And they said they recommend me to people, which was really cool. And maybe like 7 or 8 people came up and said it was really cool. And I was like, I really appreciate that. But I was
that's very gratifying, isn't it? Yeah.
I was really zoinked. I was very nervous, and also like I'm on the deck, and it's the thing. I don't think people understand this. I think when you're on stage, it's not like a comedy gig where like when you're doing a comedy gig, like there's no one on stage with you.
No, very
rarely. There's no one. But when you're doing music, I feel like people just think, oh, I can chat to him. Mitch does it a lot, and that annoys me. Sorry, I'm shitting on Mitch, but when I'm doing it, people just think I just press a button and that's
concentrating,
it.
Yeah.
But like, it's so hard to have a conversation. I'm checking. I'm like, where's that next cue coming? I've got a cue next. And it's like, it can be difficult. And someone was being really sweet to me. She's like, I work at a school. I'd love to eventually hire you as like the DJ for all the discos and stuff.
Oh,
it was really sweet.
Nice.
And it's so hard. And I was quite drunk and I was saying, I've been working on this set for a year. 2 months. Sorry, I'm really nervous. And I was like, and I said a year instead of 2 months. And I was like, I think all the alcohol hit at once. And I was like, I'm doing this like difficult transition between right here, right now and pumped up kicks. And it's quite Pacific. And it's like, I don't know. I get quite, you get on my wrong side when I'm on the deck. I'll tell you. Because I'm trying,
as it should be.
You never do that, and I
when
appreciate
it's a
the fuck out of
you.
You
Gotta respect
like,
it.
Mitch was like, "Oh, come off now. You've been there for ages." And I admit, I lost my temper. I said, 90% of DJing is just, and same with comedy. Like 90% of it, or really any act, is 90% is just you practicing. The 10% is you finally performing to the crowd. And that doesn't come up a lot.
Yeah.
So when I'm there and I have a fucking crowd, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving, and I don't think he got that, and he kept bugging me, going, "Oh, come on!" I literally, and after a while, I just snapped and said, "I'm not going off. I'm gonna go off when I want to."
I saw one of my comedy mentors, I guess you would say, post on his Facebook the other day that he was doing a gig at some place, and he was like, "I accidentally did a 50-minute gig because I was doing it, and the crowd was enjoying it, and I wasn't taking care of it. I wasn't taking attention to the time, and it just flew by." And he was like, "And I would have gone on for another hour if I was."
So would I, yeah.
And so it's like it's very much it's that so rewarding to finally get that stage time, the crowd interaction.
The only reason I stopped was, and this is when I knew I should. You came up to me and you said, "Conor, we're going outside now," and I know you wouldn't have said that to me unless it was time to go off.
Yeah.
And
you had a long time on the. No, they weren't sick of it.
It was more of a just like, leave them smiling.
That's always a good way
And
to
I
look
think
at it as well.
I'm sorry, you were probably the only person that I would have trusted enough to have been like, because you understand the art form of performing, and I'm like, you're the only person I'd be like, okay, if Dan says it's time to come off, it's time to come off.
Yeah, and I think it's also, it's a good experience to do what you did, like go for a long time. And because sometimes you'll do that and then you will go, oh, fuck, maybe I did stay on too long and whatever. Like,
like you lose the crowd.
Yeah, you have to figure that out. That's something you have to figure out yourself.
I lost them twice.
Did you get them back?
Yeah. It did, I'd like to think so. It did I was listening to, I find new DJs every week to listen to, and I was listening to this guy once, he's like a huge DJ, and he's like, it makes me feel so assured when I hear huge DJs say, and I was doing this set, and I lost them. And I'm like, that makes me feel fucking great.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way, but I'm like,
totally,
when you're a smaller artist and you hear that even the big guys lose the crowd.
Oh, it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, twice. I think I messed up one point. I put on this like house remix of Sweet Dreams, and to be honest with you, I completely was talking to someone, I think, and I didn't cue a track, and it's when I was freestyling this, there was nothing cued. And I was like, fuck, what do I put on? And I quickly put on Sweet Dreams. And it's like, don't put on a Sweet Dreams house remix at a 60 because I just want to hear the original. But I had nothing. I could not think. And it was like the song was ending. I didn't want it to pause with nothing on. Quickly pressed it. And I didn't think much of it. And I bless him. Shawnee came up to me. He messaged me in the morning, by the way, and said I did really good. And I love that about him.
Lovely.
He asked me, he's like, you're losing them. I was like, okay. Quickly, picked another song.
That's good. That's really nice that he did that. That's a very sweet thing.
It wasn't mean.
Yeah.
But the minute I heard that, I was like,
I think that's the nicest thing you can do. When you're realizing that, that's the nicest thing you can do is say, look, maybe change the direction.
That happened twice.
Yeah.
That happened twice. And
no, that's great. That's great.
The other time I looked up, I'm like, okay, nope. Boom. Changed it instantly. People just
see. That's the funny thing. That's probably the biggest difference between music and comedy is that with comedy, if you're losing them, it's very hard to
like mid build of the joke, and you're like, well, I guess I'll fuck that one off. And,
exactly. It's very hard to get them back in the same way. Like with I guess with music, people expect a longer thing. Yeah. Whereas comedy, you've only got 5 minutes. So if you lose them between minute 3 and 4, then minute 5 is going to be hell, whether it's good or not. Whether your material is good, you've lost them.
Yeah,
so they're not.
I think that was.
It's a lot harder to bring them back.
But yeah, it was all in all, it's a really good experience. Got quite a lot of stuff coming up next month. I really want to dive. If it's like going to be all my birthday events, I might be a bit selfish and play a bit more house music that I've been wanting to play for a while.
Hey, go ahead.
There's a lot of house I want to play. I've been really getting into house, so but it's all experimental. Every set I do, last thing I'll say, every set I do, I feel like I'm getting better. I've really grown since I got my deck, and I think that's great. I did see Johnny, who got me into it. And he said Splash is still happening.
Hey!
I'm yet to see any proof, but I want Splash to happen. I don't want him to look at me and think, I get like it when I see people upload who I like, and I'm like, I'm not uploading. I'm a piece of shit, and they got it all together. The last thing I've got is it all together. I just want him to. You want to
be an inspiration, or you want to be a motivation for him. Yeah,
I want to help him out, and if I have to help him reset, I'll 100% do that. I'd love to be. You know what? I probably should be the headliner, but I'll be the opener, and he can be his first ever show can be the headline. I'll do it. I love to. I love to.
No, I think that's great. I really do think that's great.
But yeah, call me for a skunk because that's all I got to say about that. I'm gonna go to the toilet.
I'm glad you did. We got just. I can finish it up. What's this new shows thing?
We can talk about that on Saturday. We can talk about all those on Saturday.
Well, I'll just say. So we've got a Halloween special coming up. Oh, that's next month, so that's fine. We got that coming up.
Yeah, well, I want to talk more in depth about it.
Yeah, we will. We'll get into it
on Saturday. Should I just wait?
Yeah, just wait because we'll finish it up now. Okay. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. We appreciate you.
Thanks,
coming in every week and whatever, all that.
We're so honestly.
Great show tonight.
I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. It's the highlight of my week to do.
No, it's great. I love doing this show. It's a good fun.
Yeah, bless you all. Papa bless. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. You really, I know it helps us massively to do this show.
Oh yeah,
hugely.
Yeah,
hugely. So yeah, honestly, thank you. And thanks to my co-host. Love you, Daniel Aid.
Love you too, man. Cheers,
Cheers,
to me.
mate. Yeah, cheers. We're going to go to Mo's now.
Yeah, we are. Go to the local.
That's close call. Close
Yeah,
call.
it was, yeah. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next
See you
week.
folks later. Bye. Thank you very much. See you later.
Let's do this.